Yo, what is going on, you Doug Trio from Down Under? So I've been VOD reviewing Bochum Regionals over on the live stream, twitch.tv/AzulGG. And I know not all of you are a huge fan of that kind of content, so I'm only upload 1 or 2 rounds over here on the main YouTube channel. But if you want to catch the rest of my VOD reviews from Bochum Regionals, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG2, link in the description. I do plan on doing this with future regionals and future major tournaments in general. So if you want to catch it live, check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/AzulGG. And I think that's all I got to say. This is a great way for you to kind of learn and get better at the game for sure. So if you guys are looking to improve at the game, I definitely recommend you checking out some more of these videos on the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG2. But let's go ahead. Let's get into this one here on the main channel right now. Versus, I believe it is Palkia Zapdos here for Mateus. Mateus won a regional with this deck, right? This is the exact same Mateus, I want to say. We can even see... I'm going to go ahead and assume that both of these players made day 2. So it's lost Ray here for Brennan. I'll appreciate the 5-month resub there. Small farm animal. Looks like Mateus did not make day 2. Brennan did make day 2, though. I'll pull up Brennan's Ray build. Pretty basic, pretty straightforward. Has the boss in there, which is a card we've been seeing some people give up recently. Ray versus Mirage Gate here. Yeah, you don't need that many Mirage Gates in this matchup. Brennan should try and get down. Raikou with attachment is like super important as soon as possible, so you can actually build up into the attack. Goes for the Comfy, though. Getting to 4 in the lost zone is also a pretty big deal. Losing your trading cord is also a pretty big deal, so I wonder what the trade-off was there. But having the option to attack with... I was actually interested. Brennan had a Ray in the hand, and so I had to get rid of a Ray. I'm not sure I like that. Could have seen a couple more cards this turn. Had the Guru. Decided to not bench the Guru, nor did they quick ball. Brennan also did not quick ball for a Cram, which I don't like. It's possible Brennan didn't know what they were up against, though. I think Brennan also had Air Balloon in hand. I'm mistaken by that, but... Mateus has a really good start here as well. Going for the Crobat. Gets rid of the Raikou. You do want to try and go triple Vikavolt. Actually, I don't know if Mateus actually plays triple Vikavolt. Might only play the 2. Ideally, you want to go triple Vikavolt. Attaches... And then here we go, draw 4. There's the energy search for the water, so looking really good for Mateus. Good quick ball as well. Needs to find a cross switcher now. That's like the card that Mateus needs to find. Plays the Pumpkaboo. Usually don't see the Pumpkaboo in this deck, I feel like. Here comes the Greninja for 2. Does draw, so literally just draws the nuts. Okay. So gets the Palkia, gets a Mew, has double cross switcher in hand. Looking pretty good. And probably going to double cross-switcher up the Raikou, I would imagine. You're only hitting for 50 damage here as Mateus. Doesn't have room for the Zapdos. I don't know if Mateus plays the Zapdos, though, to be honest. I assume you do, because it's so important in this matchup. But then it would be interesting that they didn't get the Zapdos, to be honest. They're the cross-switchers. Get to the active. Yeah, goes after the Raikou. Hits for 50. We'll be able to go 50-50 plus Goon Ping if they can find a net. So that's pretty good. Brennan didn't draw very much there. Does have the Colress, though. So it has some energy as well. Oof, that's a tough call. Probably want to go with the energy and the Colress. Gives up a Lightning. Okay, I don't hate it. You just need to try and set up a Raikou here as Brennan, though. So there's the attachment. What else? I want to see what else is in their hand. I'm very curious. Just the pass over. I think Mateus actually has like nothing to work with here. There's just a punch again. Yeah, so actually there's literally nothing for Mateus to work with here. Another Colress coming in from Brennan. There's a Greninja. There's an Energy. So did not have Air Balloon in hand. I assume does not play 2 Air Balloon. So yeah, just could have played the Quick Ball before getting item locked. Also putting Manaphy on the bench is pretty good here. Putting Manaphy on the bench means it's something you can send up that can't get trapped in the active through the Zapdos Zigzagoon combo from Mateus. So benching Manaphy here wouldn't have been terrible, but favors the energy attachments to the Ray instead. There's the Escape Rope from Mateus. Brennan going to go with a Comfy send up. There's no Zapdos set up here from Mateus, so I don't think it's too scary here. So just Escape Rope into Marnie here from Mateus. So could possibly whiff a Scoop Up Net here, but hasn't played one yet. So I'm assuming the Scoop Up Net whiff is like almost impossible here from Mateus. I don't mind the sequence here because it seems pretty much impossible. I think there might even be one in the hand already. I'm not sure. Cards Mew, draws another one, another Trekking Shoes. There's an Air Balloon, so that would be able to move the active Mew no matter what. You would like to net into Zapdos, though. Once again, if Mateus plays... I don't actually know if Mateus plays the Zapdos. Probably assumed it was Lugia. That's fair. But also, I'm sure Brennan knows Mateus won a regional recently with Palkia Vikavolt. So probably had an idea it could be Palkia Vikavolt, I'm sure. So there's the swing into the Comfey. Here comes some Comfeys. I think it was a Psychic Energy there from Brennan. We are getting pretty close to 10 in the Lost Zone, though, so Sableye is going to be online soon, actually. There's a Cram and a Lightning, so the Raikou's going to be online soon as well. Yeah, this is actually looking pretty good for Brennan here. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 9 in the Lost Zone here for Brennan. The question is, where do you go from here? What attacker do you try and set up? Goes for the attach to the Raikou, so he's going to be looking for the Metal Energy next turn. Did prize 1 Metal. They do only play 2 Metal. There's the pass. Energy Search. I expect Mateus is actually still available to use the Palkia, though, to use Greninja for 2 prize cards, though. So that's actually going to be a pretty big swing at some point. The Greninja to get KO, Sableye plus Comfey maybe or something like that. And this Vikavolt's not getting 1-hit KO'd on next turn, probably. So you have like another turn with that from Mateus. I'm actually curious to see what Brennan actually sends up here after this Comfey goes down. If they have the Metal Energy in hand, I'm assuming they're attacking with Raikou, but... Scooping out on the Pumpkin. Is it to make room to put something on the bench? Goon Ping goes for the damage on the Raikou, so trying to get something off the prize cards. Only finds a Lost Vacuum. Net on the Goon again. Back to the hand. Has Heavy Ball in hand as well. I guess you don't have to use that. You could just wait. You could just chill. So it's just going to be Vikavolt, Punchy Active. Yeah, there we go. Punchy Active. Gets a Speed Lightning for next turn for the next Vikavolt. That's pretty good. Okay, now Brennan has to decide what to send up here. Goes with the Raikou. I mean, if you have the energy, if you have the Metal Energy in hand here, as Brennan, I think you're always shipping this. Oh, had the Raihan. Okay. So Grass to Ray, and then search the deck for the Metal. So the Raikou is ready to go. So what do you hit here as Brennan? You're definitely hitting the active, of course. And then what do you hit from there? Do you hit the Crobat? That puts a lot of damage in play, to be honest, to work with. So I don't hate punching Crobat here. And I feel like it's pretty safe to assume that Mateus might have to break Item Lock next turn. So here we go. 120 the active. 120 to Crobat is the most efficient for the prize exchange. But it is like not threatening the follow-up attackers. But it is the most efficient for the prize exchange. Because then you're only 6 damage away from 2 prize cards on that. And now you're 90 damage away from 2 prize cards on the active. So it's the most efficient for prize racing. But you're not like limiting Mateus' options by taking about more utility cards. And Mateus is going to break Item Lock here to KO this Raikou. 1, 2. With the attach on the active, that pretty much telegraphs it. Melanie to the Palkia. This will put Mateus down to 3 prize cards remaining. I guess it's possible Mateus still could look for the attack with the Greninja this turn. We'll also have to find the Palkia V-Star. Does have a massive hand. It does have a ridiculously big hand. Has cross switches as well. Could try and trap something in the active here, but then you just like risk. Oh, is going for... Interesting. So maybe the Speed Lightning to the Vikavolt was just to get the extra draw, but could have benched the other Vikavolt and got the draw there and got the energy and play on something else. Because it looks like we are going to go with the Item Lock here from Mateus, unless I'm tripping. Nope, just gets 100 damage in play. I don't mind this. I think this kind of makes sense. Like this sets up for a Goon Ping on the next turn. Now Brennan could attack with the Cramorant, or Brennan could retreat, which I like here. I like the retreat here. You want to attack with the Raikou. The Raikou is set up ready to go. That's so much more damage to attack with the Raikou than it is to attack with a Cram. Get the knock on the active. Now, the question is, where does this other 120 go? If you put it on the Greninja to go, like, KO... If you put it on Greninja, you go KO Crobat, KO Greninja, KO Mew. But then you risk the Greninja getting Scoop Up Netted. If you put it on the Palkia, I think you're set up pretty well. Putting it on the Crobat feels a little weak because that can get cleaned up with a Sableye later. But does go for the Crobat knockout. Okay. Now if Mateus does go for a 2-prize attacker this turn... it will make things a little bit awkward for Mateus. But I think Mateus is going to go for attack with Greninja here. So what we should see from Mateus here is attack with Greninja, scoop up net the Mew. Yeah, attack with Greninja, scoop up net the Mew. And then there's not 2 1-prizers in play for Brennan to take advantage of. There's a Goon Ping on... Yeah, you do leave... Oh, wait, is there not going to be 2 scoop nets here for Mateus, though? There might not be. There's the attach. Because now, actually, Brennan could win with another Raikou attack here. KO Greninja, KO Mew. I didn't expect... Yeah, I don't know if I like that play here from Mateus to not scoop up net the Mew. Because now... Wait, now you just lose. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely a huge misplay there from Mateus. I was like, I'm pretty sure you just lose to Raikou now. I thought Raikou was getting KO'd for some reason. But Raikou wasn't even getting KO'd. So huge mistake from Mateus. Mateus tunnel visioned. See, and Mateus actually, I think, had this game. I think Mateus had game here. Because you don't need to net the Goon out of play. Yeah, Mateus just tunnel vision. Mateus is like playing so fast, I feel like, too. Like, I have this on 1.5 times speed, but I feel like Mateus is playing super fast. Like, unnecessarily fast. Let's see how this turn develops again. The Ultra Ball comes down. You get the Palkia V. And then all Mateus has to do is, like, well, I don't know why Mateus is so concerned with KOing the Cramorant here. Like, Mateus is like, oh, I have to KO the Cramorant this turn. When you don't have to here as Mateus. You don't have to KO the Cramorant here. Gets the net. Could just net the Mew. Push Greninja. Draw 2 prize cards. But then benches the Goon. And then has to net the Goon. And then here comes the V-Star power, load up the Greninja. But if Mateus just goes net the Mew, Greninja for 2, then I don't think there's a win condition for Brennan through a boss's orders on the Palkia, but it might be tough to get to. I don't know what Brennan's handed. Actually, the boss maybe hit the Lost Zone earlier. I forget. Greninja for 2. And I think Brennan's even confused. Brennan's like, okay, I'll just knock out those 2. And then Mateus is like, oh yeah, I messed up. Yeah, so that was... Oh, I guess the escape rope would be an option there as well for Brennan. If Brennan just has escape rope plus Ray to KO the Palkia, that also works. So yeah, I definitely a mistake there from Mateus, but actually, to be honest, I wasn't looking that good for... I don't even think it was looking that good for Mateus one way or the other, because I'm sure Brennan had an escape rope or 2 left, but you aren't allowing them to promote Comfy there because you're knocking out the Comfy, you're not knocking out the active, and then they promote Comfy after that. So I think you would have been in a fine spot there as Brennan, even if Mateus hadn't messed up like that. But we move on to game 2. I'm curious to see if Mateus chooses to go first or second. I'm actually very curious what Mateus thinks is correct in this matchup, first versus second. If you go first, I mean, you have like a little bit more to work with as far as you're not pressured to like get off a turn 1 attack or anything, but it opens up the ability for Brennan to get the turn 1 attack, as well as play a Colress before they get item locked. Actually, I'm not sure who chose to go first in the last game as well. Prize cards for Brennan. Manaphy is prized. But there's 2 Manaphy in the list here. Okay, so Mateus did choose to go second, which I think is correct for Vikavolt. I think I would choose to go second personally as well. That's what I would choose. Metal Energy and Quick Ball. I feel like the Quick Ball has to be the take here. Brennan agrees. Just would kind of suck if you prize your other metal, I guess. Quick Ball option. I think there's a gate in the hand. I think I'd get rid of the gate here. The gate's not that good. It's like you have plenty. Like you have 4 gates, and the turn that you'll be able to use the gate. The escape rope is also probably equally as meh. And Brennan does play 3 escape ropes, so there's another escape rope in the deck. But I think I still would have gotten rid of the gate there, to be honest. I think I'll get rid of the gate. Like if you can use 1 or 2 gates in this matchup, you probably have just won the game. So, yeah. Brand boss Palkia anyway, so I think it was over already. I mean, you have to find the boss. You don't just assume that. If you just assume your opponent has everything, then you should just concede as immediately when you sit down to play against your opponent. Yeah, if you're just gonna assume your opponent has everything, then you should just concede. You should literally immediately when you sit down across from your opponent, you should just concede because they have everything. At least make them have the boss. Or the rope play. The rope play was probably what was going to happen there. But, yeah. The first step you should do is not make the mistake. Mateus was definitely just like in the zone there. Thought they like had like... Yeah, it just feels like they're playing so fast. I don't know. That's what it feels like. I'm zoned out on that one. I don't know. We'll see how this next game goes, or this turn goes. Digging a lot here with the Greninja. Was that a third Greninja use, or am I tripping? I might be tripping on that. This card's the minion, not able. It has everything they need if they can find a Vikavolt, but they just can't find a Vikavolt. That's what Mateus is missing here. It's just literally just a Vikavolt. They have Melanie. They have Speed Lightning. Now Vikavolt should be going first because they get an extra attachment. Still item lock turn 2 and aren't as reliant on hitting the Melanie combo. I mean, that's true. That's definitely true, Gassy. That's 100% true, Gassy, for sure. But I don't know. Like, giving your opponent the extra, like, Colress worth of items. I'd have to play the matchup more personally, but giving them the extra Colress worth of items and stuff feels bad. So yeah, pretty rocky start there for Mateus. And now over to Brennan, who opens up with a Colress. I don't think it gets better than that. Has a Ray in hand, has Manaphy, has an Escape Rope. Escape Rope's pretty meh here, but Escape Rope could lead to like a Goon KO with Cram here, which wouldn't be terrible. Gets rid of Manaphy and the Comfey. Does play 2 Manaphy, but the second Manaphy is prized. I don't know if Brennan knows that or not. Easy pick there. Actually, the way this is developing, I don't know if Brennan's even going to attack. We'll see. There's the Greninja use. Is there even a Cram Punch to be had here from Brennan? Okay, we're not done yet. Gonna get to 6 on this Comfey, and then maybe 7 on the next. Rod versus Guru. The Rod seems decent to grab here. Goes with the Guru, though. I don't know what's exactly in the discard pile. There's at least 1 energy, right? Comfey, Escape Rope. Yeah, there's the Goon send up. But even getting a KO on this Goon, I think, is pretty good, to be honest. If we can see the KO here. Oh, takes the Mirage Gate over the Quick Ball, but can use the Mirage Gate as well. We're at 7 in the Lost Zone here for Brennan. So Brennan's cooking. There's the gate. Has second Metal plus Grass. So the Raikou can get loaded up here. Or not Grass, Lightning. Metal Lightning here. Raikou's ready to go. Does Brennan have a way to get in the active, though, is the question. I don't know. I think they still can retreat. Yeah, okay, we're retreating. We're just swinging. Yeah, just doing damage like this is like big in this matchup. Because like, is Mateus going to really item lock you next turn after you do this? I don't think so. If Brennan could also Mirage Gate this turn to the Rayquaza, I think that'd be worth it as well. Because you can't really ignore the Raikou as Mateus. Has a Recycler. Thinking about playing the Recycler. Don't really... I feel like you don't need to play the Recycler right now as Brennan. Because like, once again, Mateus can't ignore your Raikou. Knockout. And then 120 more. Definitely not on the Greninja. Palkia versus Raikou. I like the Raikou, I think. I think I like the Raikou as well. This puts things in a pretty bad spot here for Mateus, to be honest. Like, what do you even do here? I don't even know what you do here, to be honest. I don't know what you do. It's like, goes to get a Vikavolt, but do you want to attack with Vikavolt this turn? Oh, you could trap the Ray, though. That might have been a mistake there from Brennan. Potentially. Has the Speed Lightning, so maybe that's why the priority on the Vikavolt went there. We could see double Cross Switcher on the Rayquaza here, though. I actually don't think Mateus plays. See some energy on the Greninja. I think we're just gonna go Palkia Knockout here, which is not good. Like, this is not what Mateus wants to be doing. But it's the only thing Mateus has got. Knockout on the Raikou. Will Brennan be able to hit with Rayquaza this turn, or even hit with? You know, to be honest, hitting with Raikou here is probably just better, right? I would like to see the hit with the Raikou here from Brennan. You hit the active for 240 damage, and then you KO the Raikou off the bench. So Raikou would be pretty sick here. To be honest, also just like a Rayquaza hit for a lot of damage would also be pretty good, so. There's a Colress. I see 1 gate. I see Training Court. There's another Ray and a Raihan. Wait, that's only 4 cards. Oh, we already lost on the Battle VIP Pass. Probably get rid of the Ray, right? Yeah, Ray makes the most sense to me. I don't know if Brennan has a way to retreat yet, so that's what we're kind of waiting on. Cram versus Quick Ball. Quick Ball for the Raikou. Could. Cram's going to be an efficient attacker, though, as the game progresses still, so I don't hate the Cram grab. And yeah, the lost one's pretty efficient as well. Goon, Comfy, Manaphy. Getting a count in here from Brennan. Not quite. No, we are at 10, so Sableye could be an option here. Thinking about using Primate Wisdom just to see an extra card. Looks like that is what Brennan's going to go for. So I think the switch card is yet to be found. But could have used a Mirage Gate before using this Primate Wisdom, but maybe doesn't want to commit the gates yet. But you definitely want to commit a gate before you get item locked again, I feel like, as Brennan. So no matter what, I feel like you're committing the gates. But maybe all the energy's in the discard pile anyways to begin with, so you have to recycle her anyways. We'll see. The recycler is happening. We are recycling. I think the Ray Punch is about to come through here. I think we have double gate in the hand for Brennan, so we're just going to see double gate to retreat the Comfy and just hit for 240 damage on the active. It's a little bit, the price trade is a little bit awkward for Brennan though from there. Like the Sableye can KO Palkia, can KO Raikou. But even if you KO both of those, you go down to one prize card left, and you have to get that one prize card. And there's only a Greninja on board as a one prize Pokemon. If Mateus does bench Goon or Comfy, those will become better targets, but quick ball. Oh, okay, we got the Raikou back. Oh, no, maybe we saw an ordinary rod get used as well. Okay, so should be possible for Brennan to attack with the Raikou. And like I said, I like the Raikou attack here. I think Raikou attack here is super good. You could even punch. This is probably not correct, but you could punch the Greninja of Mateus, and that would make it awkward for Mateus to then not scoop up net the Greninja, right? It would kind of like that's the question of like prize race versus, you know, limiting your opponent's options. Brennan's looking at the lightning and the fighting. Ooh, fighting to oh, so we have a switch card in hand here for Brennan as well, unless Brennan's just passing. So yeah, well, I mean, if Brennan punches the Greninja here, or no, not to the Ray. Oh no, to the Ray. Okay, to the Ray, to not Ray, to Ray. Okay, goes with it on the Ray. So I assume that means there's a switch card in hand. Okay, there's a fighting to retreat. Good, good, good. Yeah, now the question, because you could, like, punching, I don't hate punching Greninja here, to be honest, from Brennan. It would be an interesting play, for sure, to punch the Greninja, because it would force Mateus to either leave it in play with 1 HP, setting up for Brennan's prize trade, or netting it, meaning it loses the energy, and you can't use it efficiently to draw 2 prize cards at a later point in the game. But we see Mateus, or we see Brennan just go for the prize, being aggressive about the prize race, and KO the Raikou. I don't know if punching Greninja is like correct. It's just like an interesting play that could have happened for sure. We could have even seen Brennan punch the Vikavolt as well. Like the Raikou, you just don't care about the Raikou at all, to be honest, as Brennan. Maybe actually, I don't even hate that, to be honest. I don't hate punching the Vikavolt instead as Brennan. Punching Vikavolt instead as Brennan might have been the play. Because like the Raikou is just always there to kind of get KO'd by a Sableye later on. And Training Court does stick for Brennan, which is huge. I don't know if Mateus plays an out. Does play the Pumpkaboo. You don't really want to put that in play unless you're netting it. There's probably a decent chance that they play a vacuum, though. It would be good for Brennan to probably find a Manaphy at this point, for sure. I would recommend Brennan find a Manaphy. Goes with the Comfy first, even though they had access to Greninja, which is interesting. And they have Training Court in play. Gate versus Net. Prioritizes Gate. Makes sense. Have Raihan and Raikou. Ooh, you can attack with Raikou again here, possibly. Actually, if you can attack with Raikou here again, I think you just win. I think the game is just over. Ras. Oh, is there a metal, though? Is eyeing up a Psychic instead? Ooh, is this a mess up from Brennan? There's no metal in the deck. No, but you could go Raihan plus attach metal for turn, so it should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine here for Brennan. Metal to the Raikou. And you could even get a switch card here, actually, and then that way you can... Think about grabbing the boss instead. You could grab a switch card here, so that way you could attach to the Rayquaza for turn. I almost like that a little bit more. I was thinking about like grabbing Colress instead, though. I think grabbing a switch card there would be good, though. But it's possible Brennan already has a switch card in hand. Like if you grab the switch, I think there's a switch card in the deck there. If you grab the switch card here as Brennan's switch card to the Raikou, and then you attach to the Rayquaza, that seems pretty good to me. I think goes with the boss grab instead. I guess Brennan could have won this turn with a boss play. Has the net, though. Okay, so already had a switch card. So, and now we can also attach to the Rayquaza. So, yeah, pretty insane turn still from... Oh, recovers the fighting energy, though. We haven't attached yet for turn as Brennan, have we? Okay, so Brennan's doing it a little bit differently. Prioritizing making sure that all the Pokemon can move instead. I guess that makes sense. The Raiku's going to punch here from Brennan, and then you just win with Cram if you to KO the Vikavolt. So, no, that does make sense there from Brennan then. That makes sense. And now your win con is just KO Vikavolt. Mateus does send up the Greninja. Is going to knock out... It's not even that good of target. You could have to knock out Comfey and then also knock out the active Raikou with Goon Net Goon. We need to see Goon Net Goon here. Goon Net Goon here from Mateus. And then you still have a damaged Vikavolt. And there's just a concede. I'm actually not surprised that I concede in the end. Yeah. It goes down. And that's why I actually like man, I don't know. I still don't know. Do you want to go first or do you want to go second? Like yeah, that was pretty bad there for Mateus, right? Mateus chose to go second in this game with the turn 1 attack. I would just have to test the matchup more, to be honest, personally. In my experience, though, it's felt better as Lost Box to go second than to go first. So that's like another thing I'm kind of going off of a little bit. Because you just need to get stuff in play to give yourself options as Lost Box. And if you get to play that Colress to like see an extra Battle VIP pass to get down like double Cram, or start to build up your energy on your Pokemon, or even get off turn 1 Mirage Gate, potentially, of course, that's something you're not really kind of betting on. It just feels like it gives you a bigger advantage. And it seems like Mateus agrees that going second is correct in this matchup for both players. I'm not sure who won the coin flip and what they